Hi, it's fantastic to be here and to feel the energy of people who are keen to explore some of the things that we've been trying, learning, failing, learning over the last 18 months. So Wellbeing Teams are less than 18 months old. We were registered with CQC in October 2017. There are 17 teams now from Wigan, in Oxfordshire, in Cheshire and down in Thurrock. And we're supporting 3 more to grow and develop at the moment, so we're just starting to recruit. So I just want to tell you a little bit about how this works in practice and introduce you to some people who are really important to me. So Michelle, who is the shortest person on the screen there, she'll kill me for saying that, is our wellbeing leader. And her role is, I devolved the responsibilities of being the registered manager to Michelle as the wellbeing leader, and she coaches self-management within the team. Next to her is Jodie. Jodie was a hairdresser before she joined us. She's still a hairdresser now. When it's people's birthdays, Jodie will go and do their hair beautifully. And she is the buddy of the woman stood next to her, who is Becky. And Becky left university 2 years ago, where she'd studied theology. And like many of us, when she came out of university, her biggest priority was earning some money. So she applied for every single job that she got, that she could, and ended up working in a distribution centre and driving a van before she found out about us. So Becky is Jodie's buddy, and the buddy structure is a really, really important part of Wellbeing Teams, because buddies' role are twofold, both to support and to challenge each other. So they're there for each other. We have a small budget, £10 per person, for something called the Get the Party Started. That's your budget. So what Becky has to do is find out when Jodie's birthday is and invite the whole team to a celebration of Jodie's birthday. And Becky will do the same as well. So we really invest in the roles of buddies and wellbeing leaders. And the roles that were typically done by a manager are shared amongst the team. And here are some examples. So we have a scheduler who works with the team to put the schedule together. So the whole team develops their rota, but she makes sure it's recorded on our system. We have a meeting facilitator. One of the big differences for us is there's a 2-hour team meeting every week. Now, you might be part of some dreadful meetings in your organisations, but our meetings are joyful and productive, and they're structured in a very particular way. Shirley's the reporter-recorder, Becky's our recruitment coordinator, and Jodie is a storyteller, because we want to powerfully communicate what it's like to be part of a wellbeing team and also the difference that we're trying to make. And it was brilliant to see the slide that Adele just shared about social media and seeing Local Cornerstone on social media. One of Jodie's roles is to make sure we're sharing information on social media about wellbeing teams. So I think people say, can I come and see wellbeing teams? And I said, what do you mean? We go and support people at home. We support people to get up in the morning, get dressed, take medication, have their breakfast. It kind of doesn't feel appropriate that you join us doing that. That doesn't feel okay. But where you can really see self-management happening is in our team meetings and on Slack. So we're a paperless organisation. We give everybody a smartphone. We give them a data allowance as well. And we communicate through Slack, which is a bit like Facebook for business. It's the number 2 business app in the world. And that's where we keep in touch with each other. And then we have our 2-hour tactical meeting a week. So if you came to join us for our tactical meeting, the first thing that you'd notice is people do a check-in round and talk about how they're feeling. There'd usually be between 10 and 12 people in the room. And then we'd have a minute of mindfulness. And then we'd look at our metrics for the last week. So have there been any compliments, complaints, incidents? How many people are getting through the care certificate? So we go through a set of metrics that are completely shared. And we also have something called the Living Well at Home board, which is something that Andy Brogan introduced us to. So everybody in the team is a link wellbeing worker for somebody. They would have the person's initials on a stick-it. You come into the room and you put your sticky where you think the people you're supporting are. So that might be on track, off track, or way off track. So we get an instant snapshot of how everybody's doing that we support. And if people are off track, our question is, what can we do to change that? What can our actions be? And when people are going through probation, we have the same kind of board. So you report back to the team on whether you think you are on track, off track, or way off track with your probation. So our meetings then go into a raising tensions and issues. So this is a process borrowed from holacracy if you're interested in the different styles of self-management. So half the meeting is about raising and addressing tensions, and then we finish with a closing round. Like Adele, I've been asked to share one of our biggest challenges, and for me, it's the way that home care is commissioned. We commission home care as if we were commissioning firefighters and only paying them when they're out to attend a blaze. So I think one of the biggest changes that we need to certainly explore is how we can move away from that kind of commissioning towards place-based commissioning. And a success, well, I think this picture captures it for me. So I saw this on Facebook 2 weeks ago, and it was shared by one of my colleagues. It was a cold and blustery day in Wigan, and they shared this photo of them both being snuggled under a blanket on the sofa, having a cup of tea for the last 5 minutes before Julie left to do the rest of her shift. Because for me, this is about relationships, our relationships with each other in the self-managing team and the relationships with the people we support. And actually, we talk a lot about love as well. Thank you.